Wow, thank you and welcome to our video today. And in our assistive tech today, we're interested with learning something about prosthetics and it's called
Orthotics.
orthotics. Yes, and orthotics. You forgive my tongue. I'm not a professional in the same, but I got some two professionals in the same. One who is a trainer and another one who is a student in the same, and they may help us understand better. Welcome,
Florian.
Mr. Florian
Thank
and
you.
Mr. Sami. So allow me start with Mr. Florian so that I may understand what exactly is prosthetics and
Orthotics.
orthotics.
So a prosthetic is a assistive device that is used to replace a member of someone's body. For example, you have a motorbike accident and you lose your leg. We will give you a prosthetic device to replace your leg. An orthotic is not a replacement of a member, but it is a tool like what I have in my hand, which is used to correct a position of an arm or a wrist or an ankle.
To correct a position of a
Exactly.
wrist or an ankle.
Yeah, any member
Wow.
of your body.
So that is orthotics.
Yes,
Orthotics.
it's
And
like
you
a
said,
cast.
okay. Wow, what of, you said the prosthetics?
Yeah, prosthetics are a replacement of a member.
Replacement of a member. Wow,
Yes.
that's wonderful. So that is if I've broken my leg and I would want to have that very part broken,
Yeah.
now done in terms of an artificial part so that you
Yeah.
fix it.
If it's broken, we can give you an orthotic to fix it straight again. And if it has to be amputated, so removed, then we give you a prosthetic.
Okay. Oh, if it is amputated, then
Yes.
you give me a prosthetic.
Exactly.
But if it is broken, you can apply the orthotics.
Exactly.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, where do you do this kindly?
Currently, we're active in about 6 countries. We're making the prosthetics and orthotics in Europe, in Belgium, Poland, and Ukraine. And in Africa, we're starting in Ghana, Benin, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and now I'm here in Kenya, and I hope to start in the East African region soon as well.
Wow, that's very, very wonderful. So you told me that you concentrate with training, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, just before I get to learn more of what you do in terms of training, allow me hear a little from Mr. Sam. What has been your experience in terms of learning the issues of prosthetics and orthotics?
I think prosthetics has made life, and orthotics has made life easy.
Please be louder.
Prosthetics and orthotics has made life easy, especially in the people living in my community, the Kenyan people, for example. Those people were with deformities and disabilities. Like someone has a malfunction and he can use an orthosis. And amputated patients who feel like they are stigmatized and they feel like they cannot walk again, you use prosthetics to give them another life kind of option. Because prosthetics makes you live the normal life. If you are amputated and you have lost part of a limb, maybe on the lower or upper part, it makes you feel like you still belong to the community you used to belong, because you can still work the way you used to work. If you lost maybe your upper limb and you feel like you cannot be able to do the normal jobs, prosthetics gives you a second option in life. You can still do the same. You can still walk the same way. You can still run using a prosthetics.
Okay.
It depends with the way you will be recommended by those other technicians who are very special in this, because we work closely with physiotherapists who train on the daily activities and occupational therapists.
Yes.
For rehabilitation.
For rehabilitation purposes. So prosthetics is something that has changed the life of many people.
Wow, that's really wonderful. Prosthetics is something that has changed the life of many people. Please note that, because if in case you may be in need, then you have many people who are ready to do whatever it takes to have you supported. And because that cannot happen without information or other knowledge, that's why here Mr. Florian is doing whatever it takes to make sure that he trains as many as possible. What are you training them on, sir?
Yeah, so Ugani Prosthetics, my social enterprise, is a company that has developed a new workflow to make 3D printed prosthetics and orthotics.
The name of the company you said
It's
is
Ugani Prosthetics.
Ugani Prosthetics.
Yes.
Okay.
And so
Ugani of Ugany.
exactly.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm. And so this new workflow, the advantages of 3D is that a professional, a prosthetics and orthotics professional medical expert can see many more patients in less time, and the cost of a device is also a lot lower than with classic manufacturing techniques. And so we train local medical professionals in the use of this workflow. So we train them to use a 3D scanner, which makes a digital image of a limb or a stump, then to transform this 3D scan onto a computer and model it so that you can adapt the shape of the prosthetic to have a perfect fit for the patient.
Wow.
And then we use a 3D printer, which is, I don't know if the people in the audience notice, it's a printer which adds layer after layer to make a 3D object, like I'm holding in my hand. And we use then a 3D printer to print out the devices which can then be used by the patient to walk again or to live a normal life thanks to their device.
Maybe the cameraman can help zoom so that the audience could see the effect of 3D printer. And when we talk of 3D, you're referring to mass production, right?
It is mass production. It can make a lot of things. The reason we use 3D is that a prosthetic or an orthotic needs to be custom made. You cannot just take one shape and make a million of them, because every stump, every patient has an own shape. Every arm has an own shape.
Yes.
And so you really need to make sure that the shape of your device perfectly fits the patient. It's not like a shoe that you can just give to anyone.
Yeah,
you need
sure,
to
sure.
have it personalized, and that's why we use 3D, so that every prosthetic and every orthotic we make is custom made for the patient and gives them optimal comfort.
So 3D in this case is a technology used to make sure that you get the exact thing according to the measurements you had, so
Indeed.
that they fit this person and they be able to function as best as possible.
Exactly.
Okay, I get you right. Do you think, Sam, as a student of the same, do you think that the clients that you look forward to, can afford this? And what can you say about cost and availability?
I think it's actually very available because and very cheap. 3D has come to change the conventional way of doing things. 3D is very easy to design a prosthetics for a patient, especially when you have less time to design a prosthetics for a patient.
When you have less time.
You have less time, and the patient actually needs to be served.
Okay.
When using this, the technology-wise use of 3D has changed things and makes things easy. It's kind of quality, because it's not like the conventional way we used to do things. Like you need to go take the measurements of the stamp manually, go and design. 3D has made things easy because you can design it through your computer, and then after that you go and translate that to making out a prosthetics or an orthotics material that is fit for your patient. So I think it's good, and it's available, and it's cheap.
So in this case, you're referring to 3D being able to, first of all, capture the measurements and all what you need, all the details you need on a computer. Then after you're through, you're able to send it as a printout. You send it to the machine for it to be printed out, right?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, thank you. And let me ask, if I were to touch this.
Yeah, I have it around my arm now. So this is
right.
one example
Yes.
of how it can be put on. This is an orthotic.
Yes.
And here is another one that I will give you right now. This is for a child that has a problem with their thumb.
With their thumb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we can make all kind of shapes with it.
It fits in their, and dependent on the size, because it's individual based, right?
Exactly. So everything is custom made.
So what would you? How much time would you take to produce one of these?
That really depends on the size of the patient,
Yes.
and on the speed of your printer, the quality of your printer. But generally, a smaller one like the one you're holding will take about 1 hour. The bigger one, like our friend Sam is holding, the prosthetic, that will take 8 to 10 hours.
8 to 10
right
hours.
now. But the nice thing about 3D is that once you have done the modeling, you
Yes.
just press play on the printer, and then the
Yes.
printer does its job. But as a professional, you can see other patients, you can do other things while the printer is printing your prosthetic.
So it saves your time, right?
It saves you a lot of time, yeah.
Wow, wow. So what is this last thing you can say, Sam, about 3D, production of prosthetics and orthotics using 3D?
I think 3D has come to make, it's like technology-wise, 3D has reduced the time we used to make, in terms of the time we used to waste in making a prosthetics for a patient. In fact, when you have so many patients, it will be very easy using 3D to meet the needs of your patients. And that makes things efficient and effective, especially for the prosthetics and orthotic experts. So another thing about 3D is also that it has come to change the technology way of doing things. Like when we started prosthetics long time ago, people were used to measure using, they used to design calipers. From calipers, we went to the traditional way of making prostheses, and now we are improving in terms of technology-wise. So 3D has just improved the technology itself, and we have moved far. We are not where we are. So as a country, I think it will be very beneficial to the patients, to people who have deformities, people with disability, and also other people who feel like they can use this, the daily users of prosthetics and orthotics materials. So I think it's a better way of doing things.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. What would you say about the same as we wind up, Mr. Florian?
Florian, yeah. I would say that 3D is clearly on a path to revolutionize the whole orthotic and prosthetic world. We
Yes.
can see it in Africa, but also in the United States, in Europe, and in Southeast Asia. So it is here to stay and to assist the existing structures. It's not gonna replace things. We should still use conventional methodologies for some prosthetics and orthotics that cannot be made with 3D.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great new tool that will help a lot of professionals assist many more patients in their rehabilitation, which in the end is the goal, no? To make more people live a regular life without limitations.
Wow, that's wonderful. True, because actually life is possible with assistive technology for people with different disabilities. That's very clear.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to link up with you, say for training, an institution wanted to link up with you,
Yeah.
what should they do?
They should go to our website and drop us an email at info@ugani.org.
info@ugani.org.
Yeah.
You will also get that link just down the video. When you finish watching, you could click it and you'll be able to get directly to the website. And so here in Kenya,
Yeah. I just arrived a couple of days ago, so I'm still figuring out the markets, but it's been really great until now. I've met so many interesting people, so I'm sure that in Kenya we will be able to do a lot of things.
there goes an opportunity, my friend. In case you may want, you could easily collaborate with Mr. Florian of Ugani Company, who probably would together make sure that as many people as possible get to learn on how to produce different prosthetics and even the orthotics, and be able to help as many people as they need. Sam,
Yes.
now on your last word, what would you say as your last word on this?
I will want to be grateful to Florian because the invention is one in a million.
Okay.
It has come to change the lives of many people, especially in my country. It is a great initiative for my people, and I want to tell people that there's second option in life. You can't just live there and say that stigma will be my daily routine thing. You have prosthetics here that is coming to change your life. There are orthotics materials that are here. You can access them, and this is 3D. The technology is advanced and more better than the way it was. So I recommend them to go for Ugani Company.
That's wonderful. That's really, really wonderful. Allow me have your last word, sir.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to repeat a bit what our friend said. The technologies exist, the solutions are there. I'm here to start working with the local medical sector to indeed, like you mentioned, to help more people. That's in the end the whole reason why we do this. Have more people who need assistive technology get access to it in an available and accessible way. And affordable, of course. It's also very important to help people get access to these life-changing solutions.
So that's so wonderful, very, very wonderful. And I'm really happy that you're ready to train as many as possible. So I hope there's your charges are also reasonable.
Of course. It depends on the hospital.
On
So
the-
I'm not able to give a price
Yes,
right
yes,
now
yes, true, I
because
understand.
it depends on the context, the situation, which packages you need.
Mm.
But it is very reasonable. It makes for a good business opportunity to do this as a healthcare center or a prosthetic company because you can help many more patients.
Well, the offices, maybe the
We don't have an office because offices are expensive.
Uh-huh.
So we just travel around and we try to not spend too much money because our goal is to make prosthetics more affordable. So spending a lot of money on an office while I'm traveling in Africa doesn't
That is
make a lot
true.
of sense.
That is true. But then, okay, well, where is the company registered?
It's officially registered in Belgium, in Europe.
In Belgium,
Yeah.
Europe.
Exactly.
Wow, this is very, very wonderful, guys. I'm happy that we've had time to interact with both Sam and Florian. I hope you've learned something. And one thing is clear, with no doubt, then assistive technology makes life possible. For the rest of the people, assistive technology may make things easier, but for persons with disability, it makes life possible. That is it for now. Thank you for watching. Please remember to click the links below so that you can visit the website and learn more about Organic Company and be able to know how you can partner and also provide a chance for someone to learn and of course get the prosthetics and orthotics that they may need. Thank you. God
Thank
bless.
you.
Thank you a lot
Thank you.
for your time. I'm so
No
grateful.
problem. I'm
Thank
grateful
you,
as
sir.
well.
Grateful.